Practical Vedanta, Part 4, Text 4. In the religion of Christ, there was little of crudeness. There is very little difference between the pure religion of the Christ and that of Vedanta. You find there the idea of oneness, but Christ also preached dualistic ideas to the people in order to give them something tangible to take hold of, to lead them up to the highest ideal. The same prophet who preached, Our Father which art in heaven, also preached, I and my Father are one. And the same prophet knew that through the Father in heaven lies the way to the I and my Father are one. There was only blessing and love in the religion of Christ, but as soon as crudeness crept in, it was degraded into something not much better than the religion of the prophet of Arabia. It was crudeness indeed, this fight for the little self, this clinging on to the I, not only in this life but also in the desire for its continuance even after death. This they declare to be unselfishness, this the foundation of morality. Lord help us, if this to be the foundation of morality. And strangely enough, men and women who ought to know better think all morality will be destroyed if these little selves go and stand aghast at the idea that morality can only stand up their destruction. The watchword of all well being, of all moral good, is not I, but thou. Who cares whether there is a heaven or a hell? Who cares if there is a soul or not? Who cares if there is an unchangeable or not? Here is the world and it is full of misery. Go out into it as Buddha did and struggle to lessen it or die in the attempt. Forget yourselves, this is the first lesson to be learned. Whether you are a theist or an atheist, whether you are an agnostic or a Vedantist, a Christian or a Mohammedan. The one lesson obvious to all is the destruction of the little self and the building up of the real self. Two forces have been working side by side in parallel lines. The one says I, the other says not I. Their manifestation is not only in man but in animals, not only in animals but in the smallest worms. The tigress that plunges her fangs into the warm blood of a human being would give up her own life to protect her young. The most depraved man who thinks nothing of taking the lives of his brother men will perhaps sacrifice himself without any hesitation to save his starving wife and children. Thus, throughout creation, these two forces are working side by side. Where you find the one, you find the other too. The one is selfishness, the other is unselfishness. The one is acquisition, the other is renunciation. The one takes, the other gives. From the lowest to the highest, the whole universe is a playground of these two forces. It does not require any demonstration, it is obvious to all. What right has any section of the community to base the whole work and evolution of the universe upon one of these two factors alone, upon completion and struggle? What right has it to base the whole working of the universe upon passion and fight, upon competition and struggle? That these exist we do not deny, but what right has anyone to deny the working of the other force? Can any man deny that love? Not I, this renunciation is the only positive power in the universe. That other is only the misguided employment of the power of love. The power of love brings competition. The real genesis of competition is in love. The real genesis of evil is in unselfishness. The creator of evil is good, and the end is also good. It is only misdirection of the power of good. A man who murders another is perhaps moved to do so by the love of his own child. His love has become limited to that one little baby to the exclusion of the millions of other human beings in the universe. Yet, limited or unlimited, it is the same love. Thus, the motive power of the whole universe, in whatever way it manifests itself, is that one wonderful thing: unselfishness, renunciation, love, the real, the only living force in existence. Therefore, the Vedantists insists upon that oneness. We insist upon this explanation because we cannot admit two causes of this universe. If we simply hold that by limitation, the same beautiful, wonderful love appears to be evil or vile. We find the whole universe explained by the one force of love. If not, two causes of the universe have to be taken for granted, one good and the other evil, one love and the other hatred. Which is more logical? Certainly the one force theory. Let us now pass on to things which do not possibly belong to dualism. I cannot stay longer with the dualists, I am afraid. My idea is to show that the highest ideal of morality and unselfishness goes hand in hand with the highest metaphysical conception, and that you need not lower your conception to get ethics and morality. But on the other hand, to reach a real basis of morality and ethics, you must have the highest philosophical and scientific conceptions. Human knowledge is not antagonist to human well being. On the contrary, it is knowledge alone that will save us in every department of life. In knowledge is worship. The more we know, the better for us. The Vedantist says the cause of all that is apparently evil is the limitation of the unlimited. The love which gets limited into little channels and seems to be evil eventually comes out at the other end and manifests itself as God. The Vedanta also says that the cause of all this apparent evil is in ourselves. Do not blame any supernatural being, neither be hopeless and despondent, nor think we are in a place from which we can never escape unless someone comes and lends us a helping hand. That cannot be, says the Vedanta. We are like silkworms. We make the thread out of our own substance and spin the cocoon, and in course of time are imprisoned inside. But this is not forever. In that cocoon, we shall develop spiritual realization and, like the butterfly, come out free.